Hey, what's up with the what's up? It's Tater Time here on Wall to Wall Country, Walls 102. My name is Tater, and now you've heard a bunch of great songs on Walls 102, but you probably hear a couple that stick out in your mind. Meanwhile, Back at Mama's, you got Beach In by Jake Owen, you got Raise 'Em Up by Keith Urban, you got Sunshine and Whiskey, and It All Started With a Beer. Now, the same guys that wrote them songs are actually behind their own songs, The South. You got Party Like You, White Lightning, and a new single that will be coming out later this month called Drunk Like You. It is the Cadillac Three from Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm lucky enough to have Neil Mason, the drummer from TC3, on the phone line. What's up, Neil?
Hey, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing pretty tater-tastic, man. I can't complain. I'm living the dream, as they say. So, Neil, I saw you guys a couple of times already this year. The first time was in early March. You guys were in Chicago on Joe's on Weed Street, and it was a phenomenal concert. I'd probably have to say the best concert I've ever been to in my entire life. And you guys had a guy named Ryan Hurd. I'm a big fan of him. Open up for you guys. Can you explain the relationship you guys had with Ryan Hurd?
Yeah, I met, well, first of all, thanks for saying that about the show. That's awesome. We love playing Joe's, and that's one of our favorite places to play is Chicago, so I really appreciate that. But, yeah, man, Ryan, I met Ryan back probably like 4 years ago. We got set up to write in Nashville, and we wrote one song, and then the next time we wrote a song called Payback that ended up being a single for Rascal Flatts, and so that was when Ryan and I first met, and I've just been a big fan of his writing and his singing since the day I met him. And so we write every other Tuesday still when we're both in Nashville and, become buddies. And then he started doing the artist thing, and so we felt like it was the right thing to do to bring him out and have him open some shows and try and get him in front of some of our fans. So, yeah, man, Ryan's an awesome dude.
Yeah, I want to go see you guys because you guys are downright my favorite band in the entire galaxy. I wanted to see you guys, and then I heard that Ryan Hurd was going to be opening up for you in Chicago, so I definitely got tickets. I brought my fiance along. Now, my fiance, she says, you play TC3 all the time? I'm like, yeah, because I love them, and she's, she likes her own songs. But when we were at the concert, she was definitely singing along. I saw her. She was jamming out. She was having a great time. So thank you so much for doing that. So you guys, you and Jaron Johnston, the lead singer and who does the guitar for you guys. You got Kelby. He is on the lap steel for you guys. So Jaron and you are pretty much the brainchilds of a lot of the songs. Is that right?
Yeah, we end up writing a lot of this stuff. Kelby will end up writing on something here or there. But, yeah, Jaron and I, we'll sit back on the back of the bus and write, a couple days a week usually when we're out on the road. And then we're always writing songs at home, but we spend most of our time writing together on the road these days. And so pretty much this whole new record that's going to be out here soon was written on the back of the bus, which is completely different than the first record. And so, we're excited about it, man. It's been fun. We kind of figured out how to do that, and now it comes natural.
All right, sounds good. So you guys, you and Jaron, you wrote It All Started With a Beer for Frankie Ballard, and there's been other songs that appeared on Frankie's last album and this upcoming album that either you or Jaron has had some part of writing in. One of my favorite songs is Drinky Drink, and that's off of Frankie Ballard's first album, or his latest album before this new one's coming out. Is there any way that, since he didn't use that as a single, you guys could maybe use it as a single for you guys? Because I absolutely love that song.
I mean, I guess in theory we could, but we probably not. I think you write songs and then you kind of keep writing songs. And so, every once in a while there'll be a song that'll sit back in the pile that nobody will ever record. And so you'll pull it back out and go like, damn, man, we really wrote the hell out of that. That's great, and then we'll go back and do it. But once somebody's kind of put their name on it and stuff, we usually try and just kind of let it be theirs, And I mean, it's an honor that Frankie would cut, a number of our songs now at this point. And so it's like we want that to be his thing,
Mm-hmm. And what is the connection between Frankie? Is there a point in time where you guys write a song, and as I heard you guys say before, you run it through the Cadillac 3 filter, and if you say, maybe we don't do this, do you think you have a a mindset saying, we're going to give this to Frankie, or Jake Owen's done multiple guys, your guys' song, especially Days of Gold. That's the only reason I know who you guys are, is I fell in love with that song, and then I found the real meaning is you guys, that's your song, and then he cut it and then named it after an album as well. So is there like a connection that you guys have with Frankie and Jake Owen, or maybe even Keith Urban in the point to raise him up as Jaron did for him?
I think it's just, living in Nashville, and we're all born and raised in Nashville, you run in a lot of the same circles as a lot of these guys. It's like Frankie, we knew Frankie before he had a record deal, but he really hadn't put anything out, and we were just kind of like drinking buddies. We'd run into each other at bars and stuff. And then Jake kind of happened, I think what happened with Jake is somebody played him our record, and he loved Days of Gold, and he asked if he could cut it, and then we sort of met him through that, and then Jake ended up taking us out on tour that same year when he did the Days of Gold tour. And so, I guess each one kind of happens different, but, I think, you write a song, and then sometimes it sounds like something that somebody would do, and sometimes you just go like, well, it's a good song, let's just throw it out there and send it to a bunch of people and see what happens, and so, it's kind of different every time. I think it all started with a beer. That's one of the few times that we wrote a song on the bus and then turned it in, and then it got sent to Frankie's label, and the girl that runs his label put it on hold and then got it to Frankie, and then it actually went through just like the normal channels, which is like the way that kind of the more old school way of pitching a song, where it's not going straight to the artist. It went through the label and that whole thing, and it made it through that entire process, and then we got lucky, and it ended up being the first single off this new record.
And I love it. It's a especially great song. As soon as I heard it, I said, it's got to be TC3 written all over it. As soon as I heard it, I'm like, it's got the feel. So tonight, are you guys starting the Florida Georgia Line tour, Dig Your Roots?
Yeah, we're here, man. We got here this morning, and it's a nice hot day down here in Tupelo, Mississippi, and I just walked in and walked on the stage for the first time. It's a big, big stage, so we're excited, man. We hadn't sound checked or anything yet, but it's going to be fun, man. It's a big production and a good group of guys out here, and so other than Florida Georgia Line having a trainer out here and trying to get us to work out all the time, everything's good.
A lot of guys are going to be on there. A newcomer, Kane Brown, he is going to be on there. You guys especially, and then Cole Swindell. That guy has been butter, man. And call him butter. He's been on a roll lately. So I heard that the boys from Florida and Georgia, they said something about maybe getting an extra tour bus to have songwriters on it so you guys can crank out some songs. Is that going to be happening or what?
I heard there's one out here. I haven't actually seen it yet, but I saw Brian tweet a picture or something yesterday with it, so it must be around here somewhere. But I think everybody's still getting their bearings today and getting comfortable and figuring out what's going on, but I'm sure that'll be happening.
Yeah, definitely. I hope so. I can just imagine the songs coming out of that. So the album, do you have a name? It's coming out August 5th, I heard you guys say. Do you have a name for the album yet?
Yeah, I think it's going to be called Bury Me in My Boots. So that's what it's looking like. We're working on all the artwork and doing all that stuff right now. And so it's getting close. I mean, for everybody that's been very patiently or impatiently waiting for us to release it, which I understand because we're kind of the same way.
Yeah.
I promise it's almost time. So it'll be out before you know it at this point, compared to how long we've been waiting already.
Yeah, definitely. 4 years is enough. So Bury Me in My Boots is definitely going to be on the album since you're going to call it that?
Well, or we'll surprise you guys.
Throw us a curveball. I see you. So Florida Georgia Line, they're on the same label as you guys, Big Machine label group. So their album supposedly is coming out in August. Is that some kind of like a brainstorm for you guys to be on the same tour and have the album come out in the same month?
I don't know if we're that smart. I actually didn't know that FGL's album was coming out in August until somebody told me that the other day. So I wish I could take credit for that, but no, it's just I guess it's just time for us to both put out records.
Yeah, definitely. So Graffiti, you guys released that. I thought it was going to be the next radio single, but then you guys made a music video for it in the UK, which congrats to you guys on selling out every single show that you went to in the UK. It is phenomenal. That is right, huh?
Yeah, man, it was really awesome to get over there and get to do that. The UK has been good to us since day one. Our first show we sold out, and we've sold them all out, I think, at this point still. So it's pretty remarkable for three dudes from Tennessee, that, it was one of our main goals was to get to go and travel the rest of the world. I mean, we've toured the U.S. a ton, and it's amazing, but it's also part of what's cool about our job is to get to go see new places. And so, getting to do that was really awesome, and the fans are great over there. And we're going to be going back this summer for a festival, and then I think again before the year's over. So, man, it's becoming a second home, away from the States. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, like that. And when you get over there, tell Will Carter I said what's up. He is definitely a huge member, especially with Kay Ford and the TC3 Drinking Club. I suggested everybody at the show in Springfield a couple weeks ago for them to join. And when I got up on stage and introduced you guys, I said to join up the TC3 Drinking Club on Facebook and Twitter, because that definitely is bringing all of us fans together. We can get each other's news out. I can post this interview on there, nobody can hear. So it's definitely a great thing to do. The video, I just wanted to go quickly back. You guys shot the music video for Graffiti in UK. Was that more of like a thank you to the UK fans?
Yeah, I mean, we knew that we wanted that to be the first song that we kind of put out once we started gearing up towards the record. That we've been putting out these singles for a long time, but we wanted to start to ramp into the album. And so at the beginning of the year, we decided we were going to put out Graffiti, and we just happened to be in London like at the exact same time, and so we decided, you know what, it'd be really cool to document this thing over here, and kind of at the same time we did a lot of filming of the live shows too over there, and so just to kind of capture what's going on, so that we can look back on that thing. And I mean, there's also something cool, just like there's so much cool art and culture in London and throughout the UK, and so that song just felt like a good natural fit for something that we would kind of direct towards the fans over there, and obviously still get it out over here too.
Yeah, they definitely appreciate that. So I was just watching a video of Dierks Bentley on his Facebook page, and I noticed he had a camo hat, and it had like a rectangle logo on it, and it had some red on there, and I freeze framed it, and it was the Cadillac 3 camo hat you guys got on the Cadillac3.com. So I know you guys have a huge connection with Dierks Bentley, and this last album wasn't his latest album, produced by Jaron?
Jaron produced an EP.
Yeah,
of Dierks' back when we first started touring with him. Like, he was basically the first guy to take us out on tour when we were back when we were called the Cadillac Black. And so at that same time, Jaron did I think it was like Country and Cold Cans EP. I think it's what it was called. And
I love Cold Beer.
Cool, but we've had a great relationship with Dierks since the beginning. He's been really great to us. He's a solid dude, and I think Jaron's got one song on his new record that's about to come out. I think
it's called Pickup.
Dierks is a solid dude, and he also always reps our hat, which is cool.
Yeah, I love Dierks Bentley as an artist, and I was going to try to go see a show. You guys were opening up for him in Indiana, but I couldn't make it out to it. So good luck to you on this Dig Your Roots tour. You're going to be opening up for Florida Georgia Line, your buddies. Hopefully you guys write a bunch of great songs out on this tour, and I know that everybody is waiting for the album Bear Me in My Boots. Going to be coming out August 5th, and Drunk Like You, that'll be coming out on the 31st, as I saw you confirm that on the TC3 Drinking Club. Is that right?
Yep, that's right. It's I think it's already shipped to radio, and then it'll go for ads or whatever they call it there at the end of the month. So, yeah, man, we're excited about it. It feels like a cool tune. It's been coming alive when we've been playing it at the live shows this last month, and so we're excited to get it out there and see how everybody's radio ears react to it.
I was intoxicated after I heard that song. I loved it so much. I said, and there was one part where we were thinking that he was saying "Top Shelf Tangle in My Veins," and you confirmed it was "Top Shelf Tingle in My Veins." I think we were going back and forth on figuring out what that was. I actually thought it was Tangle, but if you say it's Tingle, it's got to be Tingle, Neil. All right, thank you so much for spending some time with us, and I definitely cannot wait to play the "Drunk Like You" single when it comes out.
All right, thanks so much, dude. Thanks for taking the time.
All right, you have a great tour.
All right, take care.
All righty, bye-bye.